Good morning, dear students of class 9. We are dealing with the chapter Economic Importance of Bacteria and Fungi. So we'll continue with the economic importance of bacteria. So today we'll learn about the role of bacteria in agriculture. Clear? So first of all, we'll learn about the role of bacteria in nitrogen fixation. Okay. So mainly there are few bacteria, all right, which are mainly present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. They used to live in symbiotic association with the root nodules. Okay, and those bacteria will mainly help in absorbing the nitrogen from the air or from the atmosphere and will convert that atmospheric nitrogen into the nitrate so that it can be utilized by the plant, because plants are not able to utilize the nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So those bacteria like rhizobium, which you can see over here, okay, rhizobium, which are present in the root nodules of leguminous plants, they used to pick up or absorb the free nitrogen from the air from the soil, and they used to convert this nitrogen into the nitrates, and these nitrates are used up by the host plant in which the rhizobium are present. Okay, so over here, you have to remember the name of the bacteria that will help in nitrogen fixation. And remember, the name of the bacterium is rhizobium, and this rhizobium will live in symbiotic association with the root nodules of leguminous plants. Alright, then we have got certain free living bacteria in the soil like Azotobacter, okay, then Clostridium, which uses the free nitrogen from the soil and will convert it into ammonia with hydrogen, which in turn gets converted to amino acids and nitrates, thereby enriching the soils. So over here, in case of nitrogen fixing case, the role of bacteria in nitrogen fixation, you have to remember the name of the bacterium. Remember the name Rhizobium, then Azotobacter, then Clostridium. Okay, you will get in the page number 87. Clear? So now comes the topic nitrifying bacteria. Okay, so plant need nitrogen in order to synthesize the proteins, right? But they are not able to directly absorb or utilize the atmospheric nitrogen, the nitrogen which are present freely in the air. Okay, so they can obtain those nitrogen present in the air only in the form of nitrates, so that means they are not able to use it directly from the air, so that nitrogen needs to be converted into nitrates. Okay, then this particular plant, they can absorb them from the soil. Clear? So they are not able to utilize those nitrogen from the air directly, so those nitrogen needs to be converted into nitrates, and only they can absorb from the soil through the roots, right? Now, these nitrates are also replenished in the soil by the action of nitrification. For this, there are certain bacteria which will convert the nitrogenous waste of animals and the dead remains of plants into ammonia. Listen very carefully, alright? So what I mean is that there are certain bacteria which will convert the nitrogenous waste products of animals and the dead remains of plants and animals into ammonia. And this process is known as ammonification. Alright, ammonification is known as ammonification, where the nitrates will be converted into ammonia. Alright, then ammonia is converted into ammonium compound, which in then are first converted into nitrites by the bacteria such as nitrosomonas. You can see in the figure. All right, so ammonia is converted into nitrites by the help of nitrosomonas, and then it is converted into nitrates by the action of nitrobacter. Okay, and each of these steps is brought about by the help of bacteria. So one more I'm saying that plants are not able to utilize the atmospheric nitrogen directly. It needs to be converted into nitrates so that it can be absorbed by the plants by the help of the roots. Okay, so once this nitrates will go into the soil, it will also become replenished by the action of nitrification or by the action of bacteria which help in the process of nitrifications. Okay, and for this we have got certain bacteria which will convert the nitrogenous waste products of animals and the dead remains of plants and animals into ammonia. Then ammonia is converted into ammonium compound. Then ammonium compound is first converted into nitrites by the help of nitro okay, then again nitrates is converted into nitrates by the action of bacteria called nitrobacter, and each of these steps it takes place by the help of bacteria. So in general we are talking about the nitrogen cycles where we are utilizing the nitrogen from the air, and again after utilizing it, it is being released back into the atmosphere from where it is been coming. Okay, so look over here. So atmospheric nitrogens you can see over here, because atmospheric contains free nitrogens, but plants are not able to utilize it directly. So first of all you can see over here biological fixation by rhizobium. So atmospheric nitrogen needs to be fixed by the action of a bacterium called rhizobium, which are present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. So you can see over here the root nodules. Okay, so in these nodules you will find rhizobium. So rhizobium will fix the atmospheric nitrogen and will convert it into nitrates. Now these nitrates is utilized by the plants. Now plants are being consumed by the animals. Okay. Now once the animals and the plants will be dead, okay, they are acted upon by certain bacteria. Clear? So that it will be converted into ammonia. Ammonia will change into nitrites. Nitrites will change into nitrates, and by the action of denitrifying bacteria, these nitrates will be converted into nitrogen and will release into the atmosphere. Clear? So generally what means that atmospheric nitrogen is being fixed by rhizobium, okay, which are present in symbiotic association with the root nodules of leguminous plants. Now that nitrogen from the atmosphere by the action of rhizobium will be converted into into ammonium compound, sorry, and ammonium compound will be changed into nitrites by the action of nitrosomonas. Then nitrites will be changed into nitrates by the action of bacteria, nitrobacter. Now that nitrate is being utilized by the plants. Plants are consumed by the animals. Clear? So nitrates will go into plant, from plant into animals. So after the death of plant and animals, they will be we start decaying. Okay. Now again, those nitrogen compound present in those plants and animals after that death will again be released into the soil. Alright, so this cycle goes on and on. And generally what happens is that nitrates by the action of denitrifying bacteria, they will be changed into nitrogen, and that nitrogen is being released into the air. Okay, so here from the atmosphere nitrogen is being utilized by the plants and by the animals, and again it is being released back into the air from where it is coming. Okay, so this forms the nitrogen cycle. So now we will see the denitrifying bacteria. Okay, so these are the bacteria which are present in the soil, which breaks down the soil nitrates to release nitrogen gas that enters the atmosphere. Example, pseudomonas. Okay, so one was saying that these denitrifying bacteria are those bacteria which are present in the soil, which breaks down the nitrates to release nitrogen gas into the atmosphere. So over here, so look over carefully. So over here, okay, so in this particular step, nitrates is being converted into nitrogen by the action of which bacteria? Denitrifying bacteria, and these bacteria are also present in the soil. So due to the presence of denitrifying bacteria, the nitrates will be converted into nitrogen, which will be released back into the atmosphere from where it is coming. Clear? So example is pseudomonas. So remember the name of the denitrifying bacteria, that is pseudomonas. Clear? Now we will see the role of bacteria in industry. Okay, so bacteria have a different uses in industries, or variety, or let's say a huge extensive uses in industrial field. Clear? So here we'll just check out the two uses of bacteria. First one, different flavor of tea are produced by certain bacteria, which termed with tea curing. Okay, remember. And number two, in leather tanning also we are mainly using the bacteria. Okay, so leather tanning is primarily brought about by the help of sunlight, but certain bacteria are also being utilized, so which help in the breakdown of the soft perishable parts of the skin, which also called the hide. Okay, so these are the two uses of bacteria in case of industry. Now let's talk about the harmful role of bacteria. So in harmful role, we'll first talk about the spoilage of food by bacteria. All of you heard about the food poisoning, right? Food poisoning is mainly caused by the bacteria, which is the harmful role of bacteria. Clear? So many bacteria spoil cooked food, okay, milk, fruits, vegetables by the process of decay. It's also called fermentation, mainly during the time of summer, right? So this spoilage may sometimes lead to a certain extent which causes food poisoning. So botulism is a very serious food poisoning due to a special bacterium which is found inside the tin food and the sealed food. Okay, so what happens is that the affected cans get distended at their ends with gas which gushes out an opening. Okay, and such suspected cancer tins are completely discarded. So therefore preservation of food and making it free from disease causing germs is very important, or is very necessary. So we have to preserve the food particles, and food preservations can be brought by several methods. So first method you can see is the boiling or heating at high temperatures, which also called sterilization. Okay, so boiling water kills bacteria except their spores. Okay, but at higher temperature above 110 degrees Celsius, by applying pressure, okay, even we can kill the spores also. Number two is salting, which is a common method of preserving food like fishes, pickle, cheese, and so on for a longer period of time. Clear? Then number three, dehydration or drying, because most microbes they cannot survive or they cannot grow without water. Okay, so therefore dehydration by drying of food such as grain, meat, fish, vegetables is an effective method of food preservation. Then we have fourth method, irradiation, where we use the radioactive radiation, which mainly been used or has been tried in sterilization of food particles. Clear? Then we have got number fifth, pasteurizations, which is mainly a technique used to preserve our milk. Mainly used to preserve the milk or applied in the field of dairy industries. Okay. In this case, in pasteurization, the milk is heated up to 30 minutes. Okay, for a period of 30 minutes, it is being heated at a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. So milk is being heated up to a time period of 30 minutes at a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius, then it is chilled quickly. Okay, so this will kill a majority of bacteria that are present, including the disease causing ones. Next method is refrigerations or the cold temperatures, because microbes did not grow and multiply at the cold temperature or below the freezing points. Right, so domestic refrigerators cools at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius for short storage of time. Deep freezing, yeah, what a deep freezer. It cools at minus 20 degrees Celsius to minus 30 degrees Celsius for the longer term of storage. Okay, then we have the seventh method, which is called the strong concentration and chemicals, where jams and pickles do not get spoiled. Okay, so they have a strong concentration of salt and sugar respectively. The increased concentration of the solute causes plasmolysis and death of many bacteria or mold that may creep in. Sometimes preservations like sodium benzoate are also added to tin food and squashes. So these are the seven methods which are being applied for the preservation of food particles, and this will come under the harmful role of bacteria. Next one is bacterial disease in plants and animals. This is also one of the harmful role of bacteria, because it causes different types of diseases in plants and animals. So in plants, it causes disease like black rod of mustard and cauliflower. Then we have got bacterial blight of cowpea. Okay. In animals, it causes anthrax, where there will be swelling of body and reduced milk yield. Then bovine tuberculosis, where the lungs will be affected, there will be dry husky cough. Okay, in case of humans, there are whooping cough, okay, cholera, tuberculosis, diphtheria, typhoid, tetanus, okay, pneumonia. So these are different types of diseases which are caused in case of humans by the bacteria, and these particular diseases we have dealt in chapter number 18 already, okay, which is not there in the syllabus now, okay, which has been removed. Now next one, is bioweapons. Now, kindly write this definition of bioweapons. Okay, copy it. Bioweapons is the use of biological toxins or the infectious agents such as bacteria, viruses, okay, fungi, insects, which are mainly been used to kill the animals or plants, or which are mainly used to incapacitate humans, animals, or plants. It's an act of war. Uh, right now, he's also saying that even this coronavirus has also been devised, right? Is a part of bioweapons, which mainly been dealt by the use of viruses. Okay, so in bioweapons, we can use any bacteria, any viruses, okay, or any pathological agents which can cause different types of diseases or disorders in case of human being, all right, in case of animals, or we can affect even the plants. So those biological agents are mainly part of bioweapons. Clear? So it has come to knowledge that some countries may be preparing germ bombs, which when exploded may simply release disease germs such as anthrax bacteria, which may take epidemic shape and causes widespread death generation after generations. Now, recently also you can take the example of this COVID-19 also, the case of coronavirus, which is also been mainly been thought as a part of bioweapons, right? Because it has become highly pandemic, affecting all the people all over the world and killing millions of people. Okay, so bioweapons mean biological agents which are mainly being harmful and utilized for the killing or for the incapacitation of human being, animals, or plants, which is mainly been utilized as an act of war. So we have finished the economic importance of bacteria. In the next class, we will begin with the economic importance of fungi. Clear? So this much for today. So in the next class, we will begin with economic importance of fungi. Thank you.